What is up guys, Cardog here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the Lucemon deck from BT-18. So with the addition of BT-18, the deck is fully playable now as its own thing. And yeah, it's a pretty fun deck to play. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck profile. For the Digitamers, we're running 5 Digitamers, running one of the Cubimon from EX6. This one is on attack. You can grab the top card of your security stack. And then from your hand, you can put an Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angels from your hand back to the bottom of the security stack. So this is just here for Cubimon name, and you can put a Lucemon from your hand to the security if you need to. And for the other Cubimons, we're running the BT-16 Cubimon. This one is on deletion. You can trash a card from your hand to get 1 memory. So this is just here to help you gain a little bit of memory, which is nice as well. So pretty self-explanatory. The line here is just pretty much to run the Cubimons, just because you'll be able to Digivolve your Lucemon on top of them. Alright, so for the level 3s, we are running 4 of the Lucemon from BT-18. So at the start of your main phase and on play, you can trash a card from your hand, and then if you do, your opponent has to either trash the top card of their security, or you can recover 1. So there's a lot of cards in this deck that forces your opponent to choose one or the other. So it's a pretty interesting mechanic. And then at the end of your turn, you can return a level 6 Digimon that you control to the top of your security stack. And then this Digimon can Digivolve into a Lucemon fall down mode without paying its cost from your trash. So you'll be able to go into Lucemon pretty easily with this effect. So it's pretty good. And then we're also running 4 of the Lucemon from EX6. So this one also has a at the start of main phase effect. So this one also lets you, if you hardcast this and you don't have another level 5 or lower Digimon on the board, you can reduce the cost by 5. So it's a 5 cost to hardcast and 5 cost to Digivolve. And then at the beginning of main phase, you can look at the top 3 on play, and at the beginning of main phase, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can grab an Angel, Archangel, 3 Great Angels, or a 7 Deadly Sins card to your hand, and then trash the rest. And then at the end of your turn, you can return a level 6 Digimon control to the top of your security stack to Digivolve into a Lucemon from your trash for no cost. So their second effects are the same, but their first effects are pretty different. This one is used as kind of your searcher, and this one is just used to hinder your opponent's plays. So they're both good though. Really nice additions to the deck. And we're running 2 of the Lucemon from BT-14. So this one, sorry, BT-4. So this one is if your trash has 10 or more cards, then you can reduce the cost to play this by 8. And then on play, you can recover 1. And on both players' turn, this Digimon can only Digivolve into a Digimon with Lucemon in its name. So pretty self-explanatory. We're running this one just because it can help you heal, and he is pretty useful to combo with the Trion Ace, and he does have Lucemon in its name. So yeah, one of the main things for that is that. So running those, and then we're also running 4 Ukumon from the promo. So this one is when a card is moved to your from raising area to battle area, you can hatch an egg and then get 1 memory. So this one is used to kind of just cheapen the cost, quote unquote cheapen the cost for your Lucemon plays. Because your Lucemon normally costs 4, and if you promote on your first turn, if you have this and then you promote it on your second turn, you'll have extra memory to work with, and so you can use that to Digivolve into the Lucemon, so that you can do it for effectively 4 cost. So yeah, we're not running the other Ukumon just because I don't want to clutter the deck with full of Ukumons, but I do think the promo Ukumon is pretty useful in this deck for that application, just because normally Digivolving into the Lucemon is very expensive, so reducing it by any amount of cost is going to be pretty good. So running lineup for that. If you do want to run the other Ukumon, you can kind of cut this one out and some of the other cards we're running in the future for more of the BT-16 Ukumons. But for my build, I'm just running the promo one. So we're running 4 of the Lucemon Fall Down mode from EX6. This is one of the best cards in the deck, and the price kind of shows for it right now. So the effect is on play and on evolution, your opponent may delete one of their Digimon or Tamers, and if they did not delete with this effect, then your opponent trashes the top card of the security stack, and then you can recover 1. And then for the second effect is on both players' turn, when this card would leave the battle area, by returning a Lucemon from this card's source or your trash to the bottom of your deck, you can play a Lucemon Satan mode or a 7 Deadly Sins level 6 card from your trash without paying its cost. So this card is really good. I regret not playing 2 play sets of these. So I'm running a Lucemon deck because I think that's where it shines the most. But it's really good in the 7 Demon Lords deck as well. But anyway, so using this to kind of cheat out your Satan mode, which is good. So you have many different ways to play your Satan modes, and this is just one of them. Next we're running the Lucemon from BT-18. So this one's effect is on play and on evolution, your opponent may delete one of their Digimon or Tamers, and then if they did not delete, then you can recover 1, and then they have the trash the hot card, the security stack. And then on both players' turn, when this card will leave the battle area, by trashing the bottom card of your security, you can prevent it from leaving. So a little bit of protection there. So these are the new Lucemons that we've gotten recently. But we are also running 2 of the Lucemon Fall Down mode from BT-17. Sorry, BT-7. BT-7. So this one's effect is, this card you can Digivolve on top of Lucemon for 7 cost. And then the second effect is when this card would be played, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can reduce the cost by 3. And then on play and on evolution, you can delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon, or you can delete one of the Tamers. So this one doesn't make your opponent choose. So if your opponent has something annoying on the board, you can just play this to just outright kill it. So you're running 2 of these. If you don't want to run these, you can kind of take out the 2 old Lucemons and the 2 old Lucemon Fall Down modes for the Ukumon from BT-16. But I quite like having a little bit of an option for them, just because sometimes the removal does come in really handy if they have a really annoying Digimon on the board. Next, we are running 4 copies of the Lucemon Larva. So the first effect is when this card is checked from the security, you can play 1 Lucemon from your trash without paying its cost. And then in the second effect is during in the breeding area, on all turns, whenever any of your Lucemon Satan mode would leave the battle area, by moving this card into the battle area, they don't leave. So there's a little bit of protection for your Satan mode. And then on both players' turn, while you have a non-white Digimon with Lucemon in its name, none of your Digimon can be deleted by having 0 DP. So gives it protection, gives your Lucemon protection from DP minus effects, which is really good as well. So this card is just pretty good. So we're running 4 of those. Next, we are running 2 of the Trion Ace. So this card actually works really well with the deck because this card can Blast Evolve on top of your Lucemon Fall Down modes, your new ones at least. And this card's effect is, first off, it has Alliance, and then second effect is on play and on evolution, you can play a level 4 or lower yellow or green Digimon from your hand without paying its cost. Afterwards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for every other Digimon you have on the board. So a little bit of DP minus there is pretty nice as well. But mainly we're using this just to cheat out some of your Lucemons for free, which is pretty good. So running 2 of those. I see some people running it at higher counts, which I totally understand. So if you want to run more of these, you definitely can. If you don't want to run the Ukumons, like the BT-16 Ukumon as recommended before, you can kind of take these slots. These are kind of flex slots. You can use them to play other stuff if you want. So if you want to run more Trigmons, that is perfectly fine. And then for the level 7s, we are running 4 of the Lucemon Satan mode. So I'm running 4 just because it's easier to get access to them, and there's lots of ways you can get these in play, either from your trash or from your hand. So I think having multiple copies of these in different places is just more helpful for the deck. But if you want to cut it down to like 3, that's perfectly understandable. But sometimes it's kind of annoying not to have any in your hand or trash, and so I'm upping the count just to have it available as fast as possible. So this card's effect is on evolution, you can, from your trash, you can put one of your Lucemon Larvas into your raising area without paying its cost, and then afterwards you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. And then at the end of both players' turns, you can trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and then if you did not trash, you can delete one of their Digimon and Tamers instead. So it's a pretty bonkers effect. And the on evolution effect, putting the Larva model in your raising area just makes it a little bit stronger as well. So yeah, this card can digivolve on top of your fall down modes for 6 cost, so you can kind of cheat your way into that pretty easily. And afterwards, it just kind of becomes a countdown deck. So I think Lucemon's Satan mode is pretty good. Alright, next onto the Tamers. We're running 4 of the Analog Boys. So this is, since you want a lot of cards in your trash, I think Analog Boy is one of the best cards to help you do so. So let's look at the top 3 cards of the deck, and then you can add any Digimon to your hand, and then on both players' turn, whenever a level 5 or above Digimon with sources would be deleted, you can rest this Tamer to get 1 memory, and then you can hatch an egg. So pretty self-explanatory. Everybody should know what Analog Boy does by now. Next, we're running 2 Kairis from BT-18. So this one is a memory setter, and the second effect is whenever a security is added to your stack, you can rest this card to get 1 memory. We do actually heal quite a bit in this deck, or not heal. You put a lot of cards in your security stack in this deck, so I think running her is pretty good. But if you want to run the Matt from the starter deck instead, that's perfectly fine, since you will be ditching cards from your hand as well. So it's up to you. But I quite like the Kairis for the extra memory instead. But yeah, it's kind of up to you guys, depending on how you want to run it. For the options, we are going to be running 4 of the, I think it's called Gospel of the Fallen Angel. So the main effect is one of your cards in your raising area can digivolve into a Lucemon for without paying its cost, and then you can put this card in the battle area. And then this card's a delay effect is one of your Lucemon cards can digivolve into a Lucemon name card. One of your Lucemon name cards can digivolve into another Lucemon name card for a reduce of 3 cost. And then afterwards, you can delete one of your opponent's option cards in the battle area. So you can use this to kind of cheat into, or reduce the cost to go into your Satan mode. And yeah, it's pretty good. Or you can just have your Lucemon digivolve into fall down mode for a reduced cost of 3 as well. And I think being able to just delete option cards in the battle area is good. So this card I'm running at 4, because normally your Lucemon would cost 5 to digivolve anyway, and by using this to digivolve instead of just hard digivolving, you get the benefits of the delay as well afterwards. So running this at 4 is pretty good. Next, we are running 2 Dead or Alives. So this one lets you play a level 5 or lower. Let's let you play a level 5 Digimon, purple Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. And then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can play any Lucemon name card instead. So pretty good. It lets you play your Satan modes, your fall down modes. It just stonks. So running 2 Dead or Alives, but yeah, this card's also security bomb, so it's pretty nice to have. But running more than 2 is a little bit of a brick sometimes, so I'm just running the 2. Alright, next for last but not least, we are running 4 of the Miss Memory Boost. So Miss Memory Boost is really good in this deck just because you can trash cards in your hand, and you can set up your memory plays for later. So yeah, just setting up your trash is kind of important in this deck. So having cards that can speed up your trash, like Memory Boost and your Analog Voice, is pretty good. Those are pretty much your opening plays. If you have these are most likely your opening plays. So you want to open with at least one of these, and then after you get things started up, you can kind of go with the rest of the deck, and it's pretty easy. Like as long as you don't start off the game by just giving your opponent 5 memory, you're pretty safe for the most part. It might be a bit dangerous giving them a lot of memory later on as well, but most of the time you won't be full casting the cards. You won't be casting at 0, so it's not too bad. And a lot of your cards can help you just get rid of your opponent's cards, or weaken them by trashing the security and helping you recover. So yeah, you have a little bit of padding to just set up your plays. So this deck is pretty fun. It's really interesting deck to play, and yeah, I'm really surprised of the way that they translated how Lucemon is in the anime to how it kind of works in the game. I think it's quite a interesting way to translate the flavor, because I think the Larva working in conjunction with the Satan mode is just so much flavor. I love it. And the Lucemon's kind of like letting your opponent choose is kind of like Dead or Alive. You let them choose whether they want to live, or I don't know. It's just so much flavor. I love it. But that's pretty much it for this deck, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm working on my Emperor Greymon deck. I tried making like an anime version of the deck where you use all the Tamers and stuff, but it's a little bit clunky, so I'm just kind of converting it back into a standard Hybrid Red, and just deciding which one I like more. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the affiliate links in the description box as well. But yeah, this is Kartaku, and I will see you guys next time.